All right, so Democrats were tweeting out today that effectively, starting today, or it might have been yesterday, whatever, that people on Medicare will now have their insulin capped at $35. So they cannot be charged more than $35 a month for their insulin. Before I dig in, I'm happy for those people who are diabetic and on Medicare and are getting their insulin capped at $35 a month. I don't want to negate that during this video. I'm very happy for those people. Now, we need to do better than this. What about the people who aren't on Medicare and their insulin? They're still going to be paying $100 a month, $200. I don't know. What about the people who don't have Medicare? What about the people who are stuck in between, where they're not poor enough to get government insurance, and they make too much money to qualify, or they're just too young to get Medicare? Or what about the people in between who are paying through the nose for their insulin? What about those people? Are we not compassionate as a nation to say everybody deserves to have their insulin capped at $35? Are we that marginal with our compassion in governments? Quite honestly, yes. That's all this says to me. Once again, I'm happy for those people on Medicare who are having their insulin capped. What about the rest of us? Are other people not on Medicare not worthy? Where's the rationalization here? It just shows me how morally bankrupt the United States of America is. I'm not afraid to dissent. I'm not afraid to say that. And I won't apologize for it either. This country's compassion for its citizens is marginal at best, and policies like this show it to me, where only a certain amount of the population is worthy of having their insulin capped at $35 a month. We live in a morally depraved society, folks, where profits are truly more important than people. We need to change this. We're going to change this. Because Gen X, a smaller part of Gen X, millennials, the Zoomers and below, they're not buying into this neoliberal nonsense where certain people get favoritism in healthcare and other people don't. They're not buying into austerity when it comes to workers and corporations reaping billions, while workers, 60% of workers are living paycheck to paycheck without $500 of emergency money in their bank accounts. We're done with this system, okay? We're going to change this. We're going to move this country in a progressive center. The Bernie Sanders center, where healthcare is for everybody, where a living wage is implemented, where college debt is completely erased, where child care, and elderly care, and all these things are covered because we are going to invest in this country. We're going to invest in ourselves. Unlike the boomer generation, and a big part of Gen X, who is saying privatize everything, slash government spending, austerity across the board for workers. We're done with this. Okay? And soon the headlines are going to be Medicare for all is now passed. That's the future. That's the future we're going to make happen, because we're done with this. We're done saying a certain portion of the population deserves care and the rest of us don't. We're done with that. I'm so glad to see younger generations not buying in to neoliberalism. Even though they've had to vote and just choke back to vote against neo-fascism in the GOP. But trust me, liberals, the younger generations aren't keen on the way things are right now. They're doing it so they can change it in the future. Save democracy so they can change it in the future. Because healthcare is a human right, and it should be for everyone, not a section of the population. And once again, I'll keep saying it, I'm happy for those people. I'm genuinely happy for the poor, the elderly, and the disabled who are having their insulin capped. It's the way it should have been eons ago. But we have to make this available for everybody. Like all other major Western countries. Not even Western countries. All nations, all major nations have some variant of universal health care, except the United States. That's absurd. That's cruel. It's absolute cruelty to say these people can have capped insulin and these people are going to have to pay through the nose. It's absurd. And we're going to change all this.